Hi guys, I am back with another top 10 video where I'm going to be doing it on contemporary books. I have already done two. I've done one on fantasy and I have done one on dystopia. So yes, I'm doing a contemporary one. I thought that I'm just going to grab the bull by the horns and I will take it down this contemporary one, which is really hard because I have so many contemporary books that I love and I read a ton of them, and now I had to narrow it down to 10 and that's really hard, but I've done it and I have 10 books here that have made the list. Coming in at number 10 is On the Jellicoe Road by Melina Marchetta. And recently I was in Sydney and me and my friend Alison were in a green room where all these authors and amazing people were, and Melina Marchetta was in there, and I really wish that I had talked to her or done something, but instead I just stood in the corner and kind of just gaped at her from a distance like, "You're real." What I really loved about this book is that it has like two stories that are entwined together, and when it comes towards the end, it's like the plot twist that involves both of them and you're kind of just like, what? How did I not see that coming? This is amazing. I love it. And yeah, I love it. And the book in 9th place, I picked it up because I received a message on my blog saying, do not read this book, and I was kind of just like, well, do not tell me what to do, I'm going to read this book, and I did. And for a while I was like, I didn't know what my opinion on this book would be, and then I went and picked it up and read it, and it is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven, one of those. As we have established, I am not good with saying authors' names, but yes, it took me a while to form an opinion on this book, and in the end I decided that I did really like it. It is about two teenagers who meet on the bell tower when one of them is going to jump and the other one pretty much convinces them not to, and then they start this weird friendship slash romance, and it pretty much just them trying to help each other get out of this depressing state, and it will rip your heart out, it will make you cry, and damn those feelings that are incorporated with this book. This next one I got as an ARC from Penguin Teen, and when I read it I was so amazed at how much I loved this book. I remember the exact moment that I finished this, and I was sitting in like a movie theatre towards the end and I had to know what happens, and so I'm just like power reading through this book trying to figure out what happens, and the lights are starting to dim and I'm like, no, I will finish it, and then I did finish it, and that one is Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli, and it is amazing. So this book is about a young boy called Simon, obviously, who emails back and forth with a boy called Blue. He has never met this boy, but he is completely in love with him and he has deep feelings and he wants to meet him, but Blue is too shy to. And then one day a high school bully sees these emails and pretty much blackmails Simon to help him get close to one of Simon's girlfriends. And it's pretty much about the life story along that, and how it ends is just amazing and beautiful, and I loved it. Many good books, and it was so hard for me to choose just one. I mean, I could have chose other books by this author, but then this whole pile would probably be like 4 of her books and you guys would be like, no more of her. But that one is Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell, and this one was so tough because I was thinking, do I prefer Eleanor and Park or do I prefer Fangirl? And at the end I definitely chose Eleanor and Park because this story was just one that is going to live with me forever. This story is about a young Asian boy and a large red-headed girl, right? Great main characters already, who pretty much befriend each other and become a couple through unfortunate circumstances. So Eleanor gets bullied and Park sticks up for her at one point, and then their relationship starts, and you pretty much go through both of their lives and experience what they experience, and it will break your heart, but you'll fall in love with the characters in the story, and it is just so great. Also, I have wrote an Eleanor and Park fanfiction, which is like the first ever fanfiction I've ever written, and that I will leave a link to below, which is pretty much just like a carry-on after the book ends, because it does leave on quite an open ending, and so I kind of just put like a little something more at the end of it, but it's still quite open, my fanfiction. But yes, I'll leave it there if you guys want to read it, but it got so tough for me. In 6th place, which some people might be disappointed by how low this one is Aristotle and Dante by Benjamin Elier Sapiens. And I don't know how to pronounce that one, but I took a shot at it. And this book, look how many awards it's won, and rightfully so. Like, you guys need to read this. Read it. Like, trust me, you're gonna want to read it. This book is one that I read at the end of last year / the beginning of this year, and I didn't really know what to think of it at the very beginning, and then I started reading it, kept reading it, and I slowly but surely fell in love with it, and that is Love Letters to the Dead by Ava Delia. So basically, Laurel starts this project where she has to write to people who have died, and she has this big truth about her sister's death that she doesn't want to let go, and it sits on her chest, and she has to try to continue her life with this big weight on her. And basically, when she's writing the story, you figure out everything that's happened to her, what she's feeling, all of her emotions, and it will just break you. But in a good way, because it's just so beautifully written. I did not think that I would love this book as much as I did, and I didn't even realize that I loved it that much until today when I was going, what contemporaries do I love? And this one came up, and that is The Last Time We Say Goodbye by Cynthia Hand. This cover's beautiful in the first place. Like, it's so bright that I thought, yeah, I'll get that. That won't break my heart. It'll be a good, fun, contemporary read. It is going to break your goddamn heart. I will tell you that straight away. So this is about a girl called Lex, and her brother killed himself, and this is pretty much just her trying to deal and cope with it all and to survive through this traumatic experience. I don't know, man, I think something about sad contemporaries that make me cry are the ones that I really, really like. So let's see what my top 3 contemporary books are. Yay. We have one of the most underrated books that I have ever read, and that is Bird by Crystal Chan. This book is phenomenal. Like, if you guys haven't read it, I recommend going, buying it, reading it, loving it, raving about it, because it is amazing. I love it so much. About a young girl called Jewel whose brother died the day that she was born, and most of her life she's been living in his shadow. And this book is pretty much about her coming of age and finding out who she really is and becoming her own person that isn't just linked to her brother's death. Read it, love it. The characters are amazing in this. I absolutely adored it, and I've said it like 4 times. But read this, because I will literally throw it at people's faces. Read it. But I just want to say straight up that I love both of these books to the point where it hurts to have to put one into 2nd place. Like, I just love them both equally. It can be like a duel first, you know? And that one in number 2 is I Am the Messenger by Markus Zusak. And those of you who know me know that Markus Zusak is like my all-time favorite author, and I love him to bits, and this book was better than I could have ever expected. Basically, I'm not going to tell you what this book is about. I'm just going to read like the first 2 sentences of what this book is about in the blurb. Meet Ed Kennedy, cab-driving prodigy, pathetic card player and useless at sex. He lives in the suburbs, shares coffee with his dog, the doorman, and he's in nervous love with Audrey. His life is one piece of routine and incompetence until he inadvertently stops a bank robbery. Guys, Markus Zusak, you have to read it for me. Please. You're gonna like it if you like contemporaries, I guarantee you. So this one, you can already probably guess what it is, but I will not hold it out any longer. In 1st place for my favourite contemporary books, for someone who isn't very good at romance, my top one is a huge romance book known as Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. And I just want to say that, like, can I include the whole series to be the number 1? Because I like love all 3 of these books evenly. So you've got Anna and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door, and Isla and the Happily Ever After. These are like amazing. If you guys love like fluffy little romance reads that like make you get all excited and happy, then I definitely recommend that you read these. Plus they have absolutely gorgeous covers and wonderful characters that you will fall in love with like instantly, and they're all great and beautiful and you'll really like them. So the first one is about a girl called Anna who goes to school in France, and she doesn't want to go to school in France. Like, who doesn't want to go to school in France, Anna? Who? But anyway, she goes and she meets the beautiful Atene St. Clair, and he has a girlfriend. But Anna cannot help but fall for him because he is beautiful, and it is a romance story of love and happiness and heartache, and it's just amazing, and I recommend it like 110%. You guys need to read this book. And also like honourable mention to the male character in Lola and the Boy Next Door, who is Cricket, because he has like the best fashion sense ever. He wears like funky socks, and like, I'm not gonna lie, but I too wear funky socks. Yes. That was really hard to do. There you guys have my top 10 contemporary books, and they're all amazing, and I recommend every single one of them to you if you enjoy contemporary. So thank you for watching and putting up with my like extremely messy hair that I tried to fix halfway through this video, and pretty much I will be back with another video on Monday, and if you guys want to watch it then I will see you on Monday. Me and my book say bye!